Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking a little bit about Havana, Cuba. I have a very special guest helping me today. My sister!
Hey everyone! Hola a todos. My name is Bea. I lived in Havana, Cuba for about a year. It's a city that a lot of people think is stuck in time. It looks like it's stuck in the 50s. You've got old American cars, you have architecture from colonial times, you have lots of music and dancing that you can go and visit, but also the culture is incredible. The people are so incredibly friendly. It's somewhere where things are constantly changing and you sometimes just have to go with the flow. But one place I definitely recommend is Callejon de Hamel, because it's a community of basically artists, dancers, singers that all live in this area that practice the Afrocuban religion for themselves as well as for visitors and tourists. I'm going to put some links in the description to explain a little bit more. So the second place is called Fabrica de Arte. It's an old factory which has been converted into a club, bar,
art gallery, everything.
Theatre. It's a bit of everything. It's really reasonably priced to enter and some famous musicians play. The third place is Casa de la Música, which is a classic place for going out. You'll see like great salsa bands that perform there for very little in comparison to what you'd see abroad. Top tip if you want to go to Casa de la Música, and if you know a little bit about salsa and there's someone in particular you want to see, go to Casa de la Música the day before, and outside there'll be a cartel, like a sign, which will tell you all the different performances.
So one of the most important things when you're traveling is food. A lot of Airbnbs actually might offer meals included, so they might offer to cook for you for an extra free included. Definitely, if you are offered this, take this up because it's a chance to really get a taste of Cuban home cooking. It's normally delicious. They do breakfast, sometimes they do dinners, and it's just amazing.
A big tip for traveling as a veggie or as a vegan. Now this is more difficult because a lot of meals in Cuba are based around meat. What I always recommend is that people instead should stick to the sides. The sides are your friends. You can order some black beans on the side, you order some rice, boniato, yuca. They also have a lot of variations of plátano, plantain or plantain. And the good thing is in Cuba there's so many different ways it can be prepared. So you could have plátano maduro frito, which is like sweet and fried and delicious. You have chicharrita, which is more like crisps, like they're crunchy when they're green. You have fufu, which is when it's like pureed out. You have tostadas. No, tostones, which are sometimes like when they're green and they're stuffed with different things. So definitely make sure you eat your weight in plátano.
So I think one thing that people don't expect about Cuba is the limited Wi-Fi available. So I came to visit you around 5 years ago, and I think they had just introduced Wi-Fi in public spaces. So you're able to buy a card for an hour, sit in a place like a park and access the Wi-Fi. It's definitely something that you need to prepare for. So for example, when you land, it's better to write down all your addresses of your Airbnb, your hotel, where you're gonna stay, any important numbers that you need, so that you're not relying on connecting to Wi-Fi when you arrive.
Yeah.
Money. Probably actually one of the most important things when you travel is understanding the currency. So when I came to visit you, there were two currencies, weren't there? There was the cook and the pesos. And I think the cook was mainly used for more luxurious goods or things that were more expensive, and pesos you might use when you go to the market or you're buying food.
Exactly. During COVID, they have removed the cook from circulation and now they're using pesos cubanos, which if you imagine it's 25 pesos cubanos to one like US dollar plus US dollars. We're gonna put some links with updated information, but what I basically usually advise people, take cash. Take your debit cards, but also take pounds or euros or dollars, because some debit cards don't work. There are sometimes issues with the cash machines. If you have cash, you will be able to change it. So Cuba's a communist country. There isn't competition in the market, which means that the exchange rate is pretty much the same in the entire country.
Yeah.
So as long as you go to a bank or a calleja, you don't need to go around walking around trying to get your best rate. Basically, if you arrive and go to the airport and go to the bank there, you will have the exchange
Yeah, because
rate.
normally people would advise you to avoid changing your money in the airport.
It's the same. Cuba is a country country where as long as there's a vehicle with wheels, you can probably use it as transportation. If you see a really beautiful American car that's been recently done up, it's without a roof and it's like shiny and gorgeous, you'll pay hard dollars probably for that ride, and that could be a lot, like $100 for like an hour drive. The ones that are all like beat up and they're a bit, you know, rough around the edges, they're called almendrones. And they act almost like buses. So they have set routes and you have to stop them on the route and you pay in Cuban pesos to do your trip, and it's a set price to go a certain distance along the route. This is sometimes quite complicated, so I would always ask the owner of your casa particular to explain to you how the routes function. You've got the buses, they're really, really cheap. You're gonna be spending like less than a peso, like maybe 20 centavos. It's very, very reasonable, but they sometimes get quite full. You've got bici taxis, which are for short distances.
That's also quite fun to
which
do.
is quite a fun thing to do.
Okay, so now we've reached the fun part of the video where we're gonna go through Cuban slang that you can use while you're there.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with one of the most common ones. So you're gonna meet your friend, you wanna say, hey, what's up?
Hey, que hola. And usually the way you'd respond is que vuelta.
You wanna be like, mate.
Hey, what's up? The most common one is hacere. Slightly less common one, mi yunta. Hacere que hola.
Que vuelta, mi yunta.
Ooh, yeah, good. Very sounding very, very authentic.
No, but we try, and that's the important thing. They love it when you try.
It's a really great word to describe
a lot of feeling.
Like really angry, or you're really happy, or something's amazing, something's
awful.
All you do is
ño.
ño, 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 ño. Que bien. It's short for con, which is a swear word.
Got bleep.
If you are in Cuba with your boyfriend or with your girlfriend, or if you're not in Cuba with your boyfriend or with your girlfriend,
if you're trying to find a boyfriend or girlfriend,
you'll hear people saying jero or jera.
Let me try chat me up.
Okay. Que hola. ¿Tiene jero? Ay, qué malo. And you want to say thank you. You want to say thank you for helping me. Thank you for doing that for me. That was really great. Instead of saying gracias, so Spanish, you would say sirvió. Another word for friend, el mío or la mía. Oh, how do I get to the park?
Oh, you go straight on and you turn left.
Ah, sirvió la mía. Okay, that's like really, really informal way of saying thank you. So the final word is candela. And candela, it means fire. But normally actually in Cuba it's used for something that's not good. Ay, Dios mío. Esta comida está en candela. This food is gross.
Thank you so much for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed our tips and advice. Please hit that subscribe button and give us a big thumbs up, and leave a comment down below if you managed to go to Cuba, you use some of our tips, or if you've gone and things have changed from what we spoke about in the video.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to hearing your thoughts, and I hope you can get started on planning your trip. You're gonna have an amazing time.
Bye!
Bye! Sirvió!